What's going on, guys? It's Salvaje and I'm back at it like, whoa, that's a lot of blasters. But yeah, I'm back at it again with another Fortnite Save the World University video. And in this video, I specifically want to focus on maximizing your Quad Atlas missions. I'm in high level Twine Peaks. This is going to be a level 109 mission because it's a 4-player level 94 mission, so therefore it's going to be a level 109 mission with level 109 husk. But the point is, even if you are a low-level player, even if you are a player that is in Town and you're doing like Fight the Storm Category 2 missions, this video is going to be helping you guys out a lot because I'm going to be giving you guys some pro tips from a high-level Twine Peaks player. Feels good to say that, considering that I've been playing Save the World for these past 2 months and I'm already at the high levels of the game. So, if there's a floating atlas, you always want to build a roof over it just like that. Now, floating atlases, they don't really need any protection on the sides, but you do need to build something above them because sometimes husk flingers or lobbers do tend to damage the floating atlases, and sometimes you just like aren't paying attention to the floating atlases or the atlas health. So that's why you want to play it safe, and you of course want to be building a rooftop just like that. Now, when it comes down to these atlases right here, I'm going to make a separate guide video on it, but you always want to go for a pyramid build. Alright, and the reason why you always want to go for a pyramid build is because, long story short, the pyramid build is very easy to repair, very easy to build, and it's very anti-smasher friendly. So in other words, smashers aren't going to be smashing your build. So that's why you want to go for an anti-pyramid build. You want to build, I'm going to talk about this in my pyramid build video that I'm going to release in a couple of days, but long story short, you guys want to be building, you know, the 4 walls of the pyramid, and then you guys want to place a metal structure right here. Alright, and then you guys want to place a roof right here, a metal roof. Now, if metal corrosion is on, obviously make sure that you're using brick. But the point is, you're going to be upgrading all of these pieces except this piece right here. This bottom piece right here, you're not going to upgrade it, right? Because if you upgrade this piece all the way, the husks are going to start hitting your atlas over here. But if this piece isn't upgraded, then the husks are just going to be coming up here, and then they're going to be hitting the atlas up here. Okay, but yeah, you do want to make sure that you upgrade all of these, all of the metal. Okay, it's a 4-player mission, so you need to make sure that you take as many preparations as you can. And talking about preparations, I'm actually going to be giving you guys a couple of more tips. I am going to get these materials. Shout out to this guy. He actually knows how to play the game, giving his constructors materials. I'm going to upgrade this. Now, another thing that you guys can do to take things even a step further, okay, you don't have to do it all the time. I only like to do it if Exploding Death Burst is sort of activated. But if you want to maximize your pyramid build, you guys want to build these floors around it. And the reason why you guys want to build these floors around it is because if the husk do end up breaking, if the husk end up breaking this piece right here, they're gonna have to break this piece right here. So in other words, your atlas is going to be completely safe and secure if the husk break that beginning, you know, that beginning layer of protection in the ground. And shout out to this dude once again. Jesus Christ, coming in clutch. I am going to take these quartz because I am low on quartz. Oh, nice. That thing, bright core came out of that. So anyways,
I'm going to drop this blue glow for the constructor that I have so we can start it when we're ready.
Alright, perfect, man. Perfect. Thank you very much. So right there, man. Oh my god. We got a pro communicating and everything. So anyways, after you guys build that floor.
We got all the bonuses.
Perfect, man. Sounds good. After you guys build all those floors, of course, you just want to go with the regular pyramid build. And we are just going to be editing it just like this. And if you guys want to edit the pyramids like very quickly, it just comes with practice, okay, guys? And it's a little bit tricky when we have these floors. When you have these floors and you want to edit these floors quickly, make sure that you press Alt or your edit button over here instead of over here, because sometimes it's going to target the floor instead of the pyramids. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. And then, of course, we're going to upgrade all of these bad boys. Now, when it comes down to Quad Atlas missions, alright, you want to be going... Oh, shit. These guys got so much blue glow. when it comes down to these Quad Atlas missions, alright, you want to be... Oh shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh my god, a Pathfinder with a llama. That means it's gonna drop Sunbeam or Bright Core. Can I get the Sunbeam though? Oh, the Shadow Shard! Yes, I got the Shadow Shard. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're gonna be going into this other Atlas right here. And we're going to be doing the same thing. We're gonna be doing the pyramid build all over again. But yeah, guys, the floor method, you don't really have to do it, but if you want to be extra careful, if you have some guys that are under leveled, you might want to go do it. Also, you want to make sure that you don't upgrade this bottom piece by accident, because sometimes, you know, that is the case. Let me see if we did it here. No, we did not, so that's great. And these guys right here, you know, they're not really contributing to the upgrading of the Atlas, but I don't really mind because they have helped me out a lot with llamas and by activating the boost. And if you are a constructor main like me, I do like to consider myself a constructor main because I like to play a lot of constructor in these Atlas missions. You should always have some materials sort of like saved up, all right, in your inventory. And also, if you're a constructor and you want to do long-term Atlas missions, you definitely want to make sure that you're playing the boy Power Base Nox. And the reason why you want to play Power Base Nox is because Power Base Nox has recycling and he has a really great base coverage. And obviously you want to have great base coverage like that. You can cover all 4 of the Atlases. So now we move on forward to base coverage. Where do you place your base? You want to make sure that you're placing your base in an area that it covers all 4 of the Atlases, as you guys are seeing right here. And as you guys can see, look, that's Smasher. He came all the way up here because of course, this little thing right here. But I think that was a bug, maybe, because Smashers usually smash this area right here. So anyways, if I were playing Mega Base Kyle, I would sort of add more floors, because like that my floors have like electricity damage, but I'm not playing Mega Base Kyle, so I'm just going to leave the floors like this. Okay, so it's a 4-player mission. It's a quad Atlas, so that means there's going to be a lot of resistance when it comes down to these husks. And of course that, oh my god. So anyways, like I said, it's going to be a 4-player mission. There's going to be husks coming in from a lot of directions. So if this is the case, something I like to do at the higher levels of play is I just want to sort of build these walls like that. The husks basically come from one direction and one direction only, and they are able to be sort of like controlled a bit more. Okay guys, so as you guys can see, they're going to be coming from the south area, so I'm going to be building these walls so they only come from this only this direction. Now this is also another thing that I want to point out. When you're building your funnel tunnels, try to make it sort of like they are in range of your base. Like that, the materials that you spend in the mission, you get back like half of them. I don't really know the math of the recycling materials as much, so I'm not going to pretend that I do, but what I can tell you guys is that making sure that you maximize all of the tiles that can be in your base is something that's very, very helpful, because like that you waste less materials and you can do the missions for a longer amount of time. And oh my goodness, this guy right here is going ham, and I highly appreciate that. This is going to be a longer Save the World University video, of course, but it's going to be long because I just want to be very informative on this video on one of the best missions to farm up XP. Okay, so I'm basically just finishing up right now, and when I finished up, I want to look at my other teammates. I want to see what they're doing, because obviously I don't want to start the mission without their consent, even though they can vote. Sometimes people vote even when they're not ready. We're gonna take care of this, and we're gonna break these stairs, and basically the husks are gonna get launched over there, and then they're going to like respawn again. So alright, so everybody's ready on the mission. Now instead of just doing this, right, what you guys can do is you guys can also do this. There we go. And then we're going to start the objective. Now there's a common misconception on Quad Atlas missions, and that misconception is you have to do them as fast as possible, because if you don't do them as fast as possible, you don't get a level 6 chest. it's nearly impossible to not get a level 6 chest in these Quad Atlas missions. So make sure that you take your time and make sure that you prepare. And that freeze floor just appeared right there out of nowhere. I have no idea what's going on. And now I am scared. And this is what I have my obliterator for. I actually completely forgot to place something very, very important down. So I'm going to place something that's very important down. So defenders, let's talk about defenders. So I like to place defenders on 4-player missions because they always help out. And what you guys want to do if you have an obliterator, which you should because it's in the shop right now, you want to place a sniper defender with an obliterator. 200 bullets is good for the entire mission. And then you want to wall her up. She likes to be freaky like that. And then you just want to sort of oh boy, there you go. You want to like close her out in a box. And as you guys can see, now we have some extra firepower, which is very important on these 4-player missions. I'm going to put this decoy down so that these husks attack the decoy, and I basically have time to sort of see, we got overwhelmed by husks because I wasn't contributing to the mission because I was placing down a defender. But now we are of course going to make a comeback. So I'm going to drop this here like that. When the husks come, they just get damaged. And I actually didn't really pay much attention to the modifiers, guys, but the modifiers is something that you want to be paying attention to as you're doing these 4-player missions. Because if you're not paying attention to the oh boy, that's a tanker, and we want to get away from those guys. Alright, it's okay, they destroyed the trap tunnel, but it's all good because now we're going to recover. And look at that, we just recovered. It actually kind of sucks that that tanker sort of messed us up, but it's all good. Let's come over here to this area. If you're doing a 4-player mission, specifically in Twine Peaks, Canny Valley, it's not a big deal. But you want to make sure that you have a weapon that's very effective against the elemental husk that you're facing. For example, I'm using a water siege breaker, which is very, very strong against these fire husk. And this is a consistent damage build for the siege breaker, and it isn't as good as the build that I have on my wraith, but I don't want to use my wraith. I like a challenge, you guys know what I mean. Sometimes I like a challenge. Okay, so another thing that you guys want to be paying attention to when it comes down to these Quad Atlas missions, specifically at the higher levels of play, is you want to make sure that as you're killing the husk, right? Let me take this out. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let me drop the decoy and this. As you guys can see, the husk, right? They're going all the way up. And I ain't talking about the Fat Joe song, alright? I'm talking that they're like going all the way up to the top of the Atlas. But anyways, the point is they're going all the way up to hit the Atlas because of the metal structure and the metal piece that I placed there. Yeah, I think we should be able to complete this here. Alright, so we're going to repair this triangle piece right here, this pyramid piece. And we're going to lay these husks to waste. We're going to repair this. And something that I like to do, guys, is... Let me just take this out. Oh, God, I forgot to reload it. Something that I like to do, guys, is I always like to pay attention to all of the atlases, like I said. So, for example, I sort of cleared out that atlas over there, Atlas A. So I'm going to move on to another atlas and sort of like try to help out a little bit. Alright, and this is right now, keep in mind, guys, I have a constructor right now. Right, so constructors, you know, they're not really as aggressive. But when I'm playing something like a soldier, I like to be like very, very aggressive. So yeah, I just want to point out, like if you're playing a constructor, yeah, I actually take that back now that I think about it. Like if you're playing a constructor, you shouldn't really be as aggressive. I just like to be aggressive because that's just like the play style that, you know, I like to have even with a constructor. But if you're a constructor, you mostly just want to like support your team as much as possible from a safe distance while also being able to do some consistent damage. For my secondary, I like to have the bundle bus because there's going to be these high level threats like these husky husk. Alright, and these husky husks, they need to be eliminated as fast as possible. So that's why, look, this blaster here, it's very dangerous. So I'm going to take out my bundle bus and completely delete him. I'm going to delete that tanker. I'm going to delete this tanker here. And as you guys can see, I'm just taking care of the threats very easily with the bundle bus. Alright, so the mini boss is out. Before you take out the mini boss, take out the big threats. The big threats always need to go first, and then you focus on the mini boss. Slow field. I'm going to activate a slow field, and that's going to make the mini boss move really... Oh shit, he's trap vulnerable. So now I'm just going to close them up. And I'm just going to place these. So yeah, this is why you also always want to be having... let me just use this. You always want to have traps built in these 4-player missions, guys. Because if you get a mini boss that's trap vulnerable, alright, you're gonna have to sort of trap him in a box, and then you're gonna have to take him out just like me and that Pathfinder did. And you know, one of my favorite things about these videos is that they're all over the place, there's a lot of action happening, and I can't quite commentate on everything at the same time, but that's what makes these videos fun and challenging. And as always, if you guys have any questions, make sure that you drop them in the comment section below. So right here, we're getting sort of overwhelmed by this side right here. So I want to make sure that I'm taking out as many husks as I can. Now, as you guys can see, we have Helgas, or lobbers, as they're actually called. But I'm going to take out the Helgas first, then I'm going to take out these bees. Right, it's all about target prioritization as well. The reason why you're going to take out Helgas is because they do annoyingly massive damage at the long ranges. So if you take them out, your team has less things to worry about. So I'm going to take this lady out. I'm going to take these ladies out, as you guys can see right there. And I'm actually going to set up these floors right here. I'm going to go back over here. Oh, let's take care of this guy. But yeah, I'm gonna take out the lobbers. I'm gonna take out the bees. But anything like the number one thing that comes before Helgas and the bees, it's always these blasters. Oh boy. All right, that was close. That was close. I need to sort of stay back now. Let me throw this down there. You always need to make sure that you build. That's very important on these 4-player. But yeah, blasters, you always want to take them out as much as possible, because blasters are the ones that do the most damage. And real quick, I'm just going to go to my base and I'm going to get my recycled materials. And look at that. We have 2,000 metal. I don't know how much we started the mission with, but the point is recycle helps you when it comes down to the long term. And there you go, my friends. That is a 4-player Quad Atlas mission in Twin Peaks. That's how you guys can maximize it and you guys can get the best out of it. And I'm going to be making more videos like this in the future, because there's a couple of things that I couldn't fully point out in this video, because there was just a lot of action going on. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys found it helpful, and I hope you guys learned something. Any one of you guys want to team up?
Sure, I'll do some more.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna send you a friend request. And look at that, ladies and gents. We have 101,000 survivor XP from completing that mission. And as you guys saw on the previous clip, one of the things that you guys can do in 4-player missions is you guys can always ask people if they want to team up with you, because, well, that's how you make friends in Fortnite Save the World.